your pick?
I think at this point it's very difficult to pick against Lance Lawrence. I think Brian Kerr is a perfect first fight. He's going to test him.
Yeah, he's a wild card.
First, let's bring out the fighter fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 151 pounds, representing MMA and adversity training.
Also interesting that this fight is at a catch weight of 150 pounds.
I wonder if that means Lance is moving down to 45 as a pro, or?
Yeah, that was my initial thought. I think that looking at him, he looks like a guy who probably should be a 45er, even though he's very tall. But speaking of very tall, is Brian Kerr, who's 6'3", and has fought in the past at 145.
Picked up a win over Ruslan Amanov, as well as a
dislocated the elbow of Ruslan, and actually a fight that was nominated for our Pro Submission of the Year last year.
He also defeated Joe Miani.
Brian Kerr, though, is a guy who, unorthodox striker. He'll throw a lot of kicks. But
so
one thing I've noticed with him, though, with him being so long, he throws a lot of stuff coming from the side and the outside. Whereas Lance Lawrence, one of the good things about him is he is a very tight striker, keeps stuff on the inside. He may be able to catch Brian Kerr. Brian Kerr, the part of his last fight that people forget is he was actually dropped by Amanov.
He was knocked out. He was
before waking up and getting the submission. And Amanov is actually the boxing coach of Lance Lawrence. So maybe a little bit of retribution here for the Tornado Lance Lawrence.
This place is about to erupt as Lance Lawrence is about to be announced. This is our main event, Hardrock MMA 77 here in Shepherdsville, Kentucky.
The crowd already on their feet for Lance Lawrence. The scouting report on Lance Lawrence is that he has really no holes. If you want to find something that maybe he needs to improve, is his striking, but he's shown vast improvement in his striking in his last couple of fights.
Absolutely.
One via knockout, and then his fight against Kevin Avery, his striking looked amazing.
That was a fight I expected to go 3 rounds. I was badly mistaken.
He reminds me of a fighter from Ohio, Josh Longgood, who's probably one of the best prospects, 135, in the area right now, and who just keeps getting better with every single fight. Lance Lawrence is a very similar fighter, a guy who has a really good ground game, legitimate ground game, and then just keeps getting better every single day on his feet.
Maybe we'll go to the split screen action. See Kerr, see Lawrence.
Yeah, you see Kerr staring down Lawrence before he even gets in the cage.
This is for all the marbles, I think.
Big fight here on the local scene. Gary Kilpin going to give them the final instructions.
We have a touch of the gloves.
Brian Kerr in the red, Lance Lawrence in the black, Gary Kilpin is the third man in the cage. And Gary, we had visited by Brian Kerr earlier on in the night, and someone asked him if he's ready. He said, "I'm always ready."
Absolutely.
Really great personality by
Brian
Brian
Kerr.
Kerr.
One of Kentucky's top boxing prospects on 2 days' notice in a boxing match when he never boxed.
Has the clinch up against the cage, does Brian Kerr.
Ooh, knee from Kerr. Lance gets the reversal. Kerr puts Lance Lawrence back against the cage. Lawrence now has the back of Kerr. Lawrence climbing the back of Brian Kerr. Wraps him up.
Needs to be able to flatten him out here. A little bit high on the back is Lance Lawrence. Readjust, though. Now has that forearm under the chin, looking for the rear naked choke. Not sure if it's completely under the chin just yet.
Nope.
Lawrence looking to finish his pro debut early here.
Kerr defends.
Had 6 submissions as an amateur. Now it's locked in tight. Now Brian Kerr's in trouble.
Gives the thumbs up.
Taps on the mat and it's over. Lance Lawrence 1-0. Picking up the win over Brian Kerr. The 2 guys on this fight card who were the top prospects came out and delivered.
Absolutely.
Lance
What's next
Lawrence
for them?
and Dante Mays.
I think that's the biggest question moving forward in 2016. Where does Lance Lawrence go? Where does Dante Mays go? It's a hard second fight. They're going to either have to fight somebody that's crazy or somebody that's really good.
1 minute and 28 seconds into the very first round.
1 minute, 28 seconds is all it took for Lance Lawrence to move up to 1-0.
Now 1-0, Lance the Tornado Lawrence.
And Lance Lawrence winning the main event here, Gary, and I believe we have to give out a fight of the night. And I think it's pretty obvious that it was Dusty Stengel and David Crow.
Absolutely.
All right, everyone, I'm just going to give it up for my team. We went 6-0 tonight. I couldn't do it without them. Every one of them.
Lawrence working the mic.
How you felt about Team MMA?
Tries to do a mic drop, but Jason Weinel catches it, dives in, catches it. That's a guy to look out for on the local MMA scene. Like I said, 2016, be interesting to see what happens